Clunky! I went to the wrong layout. Yay! Starting off strong.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I forgot I had the audio on.
As always. Welcome, everyone, to the Book of Boba Fett Chapter 6 discussion. Or should I say Mandalorian Chapter 17 this time?
Actually, I think it would more be like
episode
6.5.
Yeah, maybe, like a 0.5-ish. But even at the end, like, not to jump into things right away, at the end, I think they should have brought Boba for that, like, Mos Pelgo trip. Like, at least that would have been a thing for him to do.
I think they should have had Boba say anything in his own fucking show.
Yeah, he should have said one sentence.
I'm gonna be the black sheep of this episode and say I liked everything about that episode. So
but that's the problem. I liked it.
I liked it. It's not Book of Boba Fett. They need a change the fucking title.
I'm so over it at this point.
Yeah,
like,
I know, man. But like, it's still it's a thing.
Like, if they want to have two episodes that are not about Boba Fett at all, change the fucking name. This is.
I feel like they're needed though. They're probably needed for the last one.
Yeah, but then then don't call it Book of Boba Fett.
Honestly, Book of Boba Fett's already stupid in the first place because it has nothing to do with a book.
There's no books in this.
Well, it's just like the narrative of Boba Fett, and it makes sense, yeah. Like, it's a good alliteration title. It's just like, if it was actually more with him, that would be great. Like,
yeah.
The first episodes, like, these episodes, you gotta admit, feel way different suddenly, and, like, they're not even on the same pathing at all. Like, it's doing a whole another thing. Like, there's not even any relevance to his story. They tried to in that one episode where Pelly was like, "Oh, the Pikes, yeah, like, they're a real problem." And I was like, okay, that was at least nodding towards our story, but there's nothing.
I forget her name's Pelly.
It's like something
Pele.
Like, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, let's
anyway.
Let's go
So the episode
it.
starts.
The episode's called "From the Desert Comes a Stranger."
Which he comes at the very last fucking.
But that's the thing too that I liked about that is that had multiple interpretations.
I thought it was going to be
Cobb Vanth.
Cobb Vanth.
Yeah, like
wait.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't wait.
No, we didn't wait. We're live, man. Yeah, like, hey, by the way, Kaz is here.
Kaz is back.
But yeah, like the stranger, I thought was Cobb Vanth, or just. I read comments and people were saying there were multiple strangers because even like Mando could be a stranger to some people in that sense. So,
oh, what in like the subtitles?
Yes. No. Like just the episode title was called "From the Desert Comes a Stranger," and that I think at the end it really was like definitely Cad Bane.
Sorry to jump way ahead here. I want to point out again. What is it with why do they like let people walk through the desert? That just seems like such a big pain in the ass.
I said
like,
that. Yeah, like, why the fuck do they have a slow-ass bantha? You're gonna cook to death on that shit, man.
I agree. I'm like, so how long was Cad Bane walking to Mos Pelgo until...
He's like, thank God I got my hat for this heat. Like,
thank God I got my hat and water filtering through my little gills here.
He was prepared. Is he a Pike? I was curious about that.
He's on the Pike side.
He's
on the Pike side.
He's not a Pike, though.
He's not a Pike.
Sam, I may not know what Star Wars is, but I know that.
Well, he's a Duras. That's the race he is, if that's what you're asking.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was asking about the race.
Anyway, so it starts with these Pikes doing a spice trade. And literally the coolest fucking like Western style, shot. Cobb Vanth comes in. I love this shot. I love this opening. It's really good.
Also, for those who don't know,
Cobb Vanth was in, I think,
cowboy. So
Cobb Vanth, like without the armor, Cobb Vanth was like he looks scrawny and like a doofus. Without the armor, I'm like he looks really cool. He looks like a badass.
I agree, but I think he still needs to wear some. He needs to get some armor. I think
he needs to get some armor, but like. Without it, he looks really cool. Without the Mandalorian armor,
it looks like really properly fitted.
He looks like McCree from Overwatch. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's like old McCree, and I like the vibe. Sorry, I'm opening my food. I was literally watching a stream earlier, and I was like, "Oh, why is she eating on stream? Couldn't she like eat after or something?"
And here you are.
And here I am, and here I stand.
Timothy Oliphant, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yes.
Timothy Oliphant, I think, would fucking kill in a Western role. I mean, I guess he already is.
I mean, he does all the time. He's always a cowboy.
He was in Deadwood. Yeah, he was in Deadwood, and he killed it.
Oh, was he? Oh, no wonder he did so good in this then.
Actually, fun fact: the Weequay in the bar is played by the bartender in Deadwood. So it's like a nice
dude,
it's a nice little nod to that. So yeah, and then like literally. This asshole Pike. I always had these Pikes. I would just kill him on spot anyway. Like they're being so nice.
I like how. By the way, he did. Why didn't he take the spice?
Because he's just a good guy. Like he's like
he doesn't want this shit, man. He doesn't want this stuff on his planet.
The guy's like, it's worth more than your entire town, and he's like, I don't even give a fuck. I could retire on it, but he's joking. I don't even give a shit.
Yeah,
and I love that. That's so awesome. Avant is such like a pure character.
He actually takes over the spice.
With him like showing up, I thought they were gonna use that avenue to do that backstory that we were talking about, where like flashback to Cobb Vanth and like his time with the armor and seeing Boba see that, and that would be our avenue of seeing more Boba Fett this episode. But...
Also, at first I kind of thought he was gonna be like a villain. Like he was very ominous in a weird way. That I was like,
well, him and like when they have their talk in their bar, like it was very like scary. I thought for a second that they might throw down.
Dude, there's been so many times where I'm like, Cobb Vanth is dead. Like, he's gonna die.
Yeah, like, I thought he was gonna get killed. Like, I've only just met him, I think he's a cool-ass character. But, like, I was like, yeah, he's come in, he's dead. Even, like, the scene at the end, I thought he was gonna die there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, I was like, there's no way he could get out of this. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Yeah. So, like, then it cuts to the dreading... scene where we see Mandalorian fly in.
Which at first I was like, okay, we're just seeing
like maybe they're just gonna do a little scene. They're not gonna show anything. No, they do a whole half the fucking episode of Mandalorian shit. Even more than that. More than half the episode is Mandalorian doing his own shit.
And we're gonna say it again. It was good shit. Me and AJ were literally having like a collective acid trip. Watching this, going like, holy crap, like this, I never thought I'd see Baby Yoda doing freaking leapfrog across the river.
Hilarious.
That was awesome.
There have been multiple things in this episode where I called out something where I'm like, you think Baby Yoda's gonna get a lightsaber? And you're like, no, that's dope.
That'd be crazy. And then it did. I was like, what the fuck is happening? See, that's okay. Now again, side tangenting into my little rant. There are things that happen in this episode that
I love
that are like developments that should be in another
show. Mandalorian.
It just doesn't make narrative sense. By the way, could someone McBuy in the chat, could you tell me if my audio levels are okay? I see them spiking all the time and it seems weird.
I'll check for you.
Thank you. It just seems so weird to throw in these two episodes at random. And I know that we said last time.
Fine.
Okay. Just seems weird. I know that last time we said that, like, yeah, people who watch this show probably have watched The Mandalorian, but god damn, people, like...
I know, for people going in blind, dang, man.
Yeah,
you should still be able to watch the show.
It's jarring, like, knowing that people go in this shit blind.
I won't lie, I think the only thing about it that's jarring is Grogu and Luke.
Yeah, like, that segment, I thought... If we didn't see any of that and save that for next season... Like, I would be fine with that and just see him, like, join up with a group and be like, okay, cool.
I loved it, though. It was so cool seeing, like... And also, like, I know how, like, for Season 2 of Mando, everyone was, like, bitching about, like, the CGI of Luke, and I honestly didn't think it was that bad.
It was, like, before they just, like, had him stand still, they played it safe and had him, like, only in certain shots and, like, his face was cut out sometimes. But, like, I think it really... advanced and it looks really good, honestly.
Yeah, in the other season it sucks ass, but like
it really sucked. Like it looked like because they purposely made him stand still, minimal head movement, so they could track it properly.
Because I'll tell you guys right now, when we were watching it, I didn't think it was CGI. I thought it was like an actual just guy that they kind of got that looked like him. So
yeah, right.
I didn't know. So good on you. You did an upgrade. I could definitely tell in the fucking last.
Definitely tell that it is better.
Also, can we talk about Luke? Carrying Baby Yoda, like with the
we'll get to that when we get to that.
That's not even.
I mean, we'll talk about it for sure. It was the cutest.
We'll get to talk about it.
It was the cutest thing ever. Like, oh my
Din
god.
Djarin lands, and we see R2D2.
Oh yeah, I was confused. Like Sam, when Sam was watching with me, like I was extremely confused. immediately. And like I think that was like purely on just like this.
I also want to get a little tidbit in there. Tess said this last night when we were watching, and when Mando landed, R2 like Tess said that like R2 would be like, "Yo, that was the exact same ship I flew."
That's
like,
true. He would say
40 years ago.
I flew that before, man.
I also thought it was so funny. Like
100 years old.
When
Dude, how old is R2D2?
That's a good question. I want to know actually, like before Phantom Menace, like how long he was doing shit. But
yeah,
I love that like when he took Din to like the temple that they're creating with the cool robots. By the way, that I love.
I like that. I do like it a little bit.
That was a cool idea. I liked that he shut off and just like went into sleep mode. And we made the joke.
He does that for the next 30 years.
We made the joke, like it was like, and there he goes. That was like the canon when he went out into power off mode. But it almost made me subtly think about that because maybe that is implying a certain R2 connection that he just powers down when he knows through the you know what I mean? Like, am I crazy in thinking that?
You think R2D2 is force sensitive?
Not like the force sensitive, but like you know how Luke like powers him down through, and then he awakens through like some unknown
maybe
moment?
Yeah, you're maybe right.
Like I just think that there's something there that like maybe is being implied a little bit, but it's just subtle. I thought it was kind of a cool little thing, but because we were joking about the fact that that's what that was, so then I was like, maybe he's like implementing that kind of thing though, because he is like this character that you do see kind of like what's his attitude in the prequels again?
Kill everything.
Yeah, he's a fucking homicidal maniac.
Like,
in
he's
the
a little bastard. And then in the OT, he's kind of like
he's still pretty much a dickhead.
He's still a little chaotic, but I think he's a little chilled out, isn't he? Like especially
he's kind of an asshole. I don't mean to be that. Like he's R2D2 through the entire series, but except for like the sequel trilogy where it looks like he's chilled out.
Like then he's like kind of like the veteran. Like it feels like he's like, yeah, I've seen some shit.
But like in the first little bit, he's kind of an asshole.
But he seems
hence
still
making him a little bit. Din being like, "Is that bench?"
How long have you been waiting for?
Yeah, that was. I like that line.
He is.
Is there anyone alive here?
Yeah.
Poor ant robots. They got souls.
No one was here.
What?
No, I thought no one was there. I thought like they were gonna make him wait for like Luke to come flying in.
I wonder if Luke got all those though.
We suggested that like, what if he lays there and then it cuts back to Boba Fett and he doesn't come back to help him because he's still on that planet.
That's something I just want to go back as well to like having Mando be focused on these 2 episodes. It makes me sad in that like it feels like they don't like believe in the series, if that makes sense. Like this, it could have been Mandalorian episodes. I don't know if like did they say they're making a new season of Mandalorian?
They are definitely making season 3. I don't think that they wouldn't at this point.
Yeah, it is so hugely popular. It would be dumb not to. Connor, are you there?
Sorry, say again.
No, just wondering. You muted yourself.
It's just my thing too with the fact that at the ending of season 2 of Mandalorian, when they gave up Baby Yoda, I was already like, okay, that's a little shocking that you're already giving that up because that's a huge like narrative device, and then now they're just in not even Mandalorian getting him back, and I'm like, that's so nothing because I think
I thought that was gonna be like a huge arc.
I figured that season 3 would be the season where the Mandalorian is like, man, like I'm alone now and I don't have Baby Yoda, and now it's like I can't.
He's like trying out different aliens to see if they're good companions, but none of them are good as Baby Yoda.
I thought it was gonna be more of like regressing into darkness.
I also love how everyone points that out. Like Helly and Cobb were like, "Where's Baby Yoda?" And he's like, "He's his own kind." They're like, "Oh, why would you do that?"
Yeah, like why did you get rid of such a cute little thing? Because he is so cute. That's the problem again. Like you see him. And it's so cute, and you're so excited, but at the same time, you're like, why am I seeing him in Boba Fett? Oh, God.
And he's training with Luke Skywalker now?
I think, personally, I agree with AJ on this. Like, I think he's going to choose both and become Mandalorian.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or at the very least, he's going to pick,
I don't get that.
I think
he can fucking do it. We're getting ahead of ourselves. That's at the very end. That's at the very end. We'll get to that. We'll get to the choice.
Right.
But when he was playing with the frog, planning on eating it, and Luke held up his hand, I was literally like, 100 frogs fly out of the water. And literally, like, 100 frogs come out. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I couldn't believe it. Because I was like, man, isn't that kind of like... I mean, Luke has been shown to do some, like, dark sidey dabbling, I guess, with, like, the Force choke on the Gamorreans. I just, like, that feels so dark sidey to me.
He picks these frogs up and then just drops them. Like, that was just animal abuse for the sake of animal abuse.
I straight up thought what he was going to do was going to be like, he was going to say, like, which one do you want? I thought he was going to say that. Which one do you want?
They had started filming season 3 in October 2021. Okay, good.
Yeah, see, I figured. And then they were probably filming these 2 damn episodes.
You know what it might have been? They might have intended for these to be there, but, like, COVID and shit got in the way.
Like, it's really like... if that's the case, I'd like them to say something.
Yeah, right.
I'd like them to be like, yeah, full transparency here. Those episodes, just throw it in that way.
There are definitely some moments where I could tell that, like, the face is not Luke's face, but for the most part, pretty well done.
Yeah, like, that's why I assumed it was, like, some actor that was, like, just really...
They probably did get an actor that looks pretty close to him to help with, like, the face tracking.
Sebastian Shan, baby.
Was it?
No.
Oh, fuck, I thought you were... Jesus. But I didn't look into the credits at all for this episode. Was it Mark Hamill, like, doing some...
Yes, it was.
It was?
Yeah, it was pretty... Yeah.
Because, yeah, like, the sound I thought was incredible.
Corey Burton reprised his role as We Know Who. So.
Yeah. Oh, that was super... Like, yeah, when he started speaking, it was hella hype.
Yeah.
It was him.
Oh, like his voice. Oh, the gravelly. Alright, now we're at the part where Luke is walking Yoda or Grogu for himself.
Yeah, he's like pulling him through the Force, like making his life even easier.
That was the cutest shit to me.
I love it.
Just pull him
because like his little legs. He's like, "All right, come on."
And I was like, good job.
I also subtly in the background, by the way, I noticed in that scene while they're talking about Yoda, because Luke is like, yeah, like I was trained by someone like you, and they spoke in riddles and all that.
Yeah, her name was Yaddle.
I'm glad someone addressed it.
Yeah, and then in the background of that scene, I love this kind of thing, like the Yoda motif was playing, like the dude.
Yeah,
Force Ghost Yoda talking to Baby Yoda, please.
Oh my! Holy shit, my son!
Can I see that?
Like, could you imagine?
Oh, we also forgot to talk about his trauma.
Well, I think that's because that's in this conversation that he literally like is like. It seems like they have not talked at all in the time frame in between the episodes.
Yeah, no.
So like he's like talking to him like, oh yeah, like from your home planet. Oh, you don't remember your home planet? It's like, what the fuck have you been talking about?
Like yo, you like frogs?
You like frogs? Cool. It's just like and I like how a lot of the scene is like harkening back to Empire Strikes Back, where it's just him like training Yoda instead of Yoda training him.
Yeah, and just like the same ways. When he did the flip, it was like, yeah, there it is. There's the flip.
But the one line where he's like, "Oh, here, let me help you remember," and he doesn't help him remember his home planet at all. He helps him, gives him fucking childhood trauma.
Yeah, he helps him remember like the worst time of his life. Like I actually thought we were gonna get a Jedi that, or in that scene that we knew about in a.
I thought so too. I was like trying to like look through all three of them. I was like, is that one we know? Do we know these guys?
I thought the middle one was a librarian.
Oh no, I thought that would be dude.
Was, the Taekwondo guy, like the guy who did all the stunts in the prequels.
Oh really?
I'm pretty sure.
See.
I would have been
they're wearing hoods, and the one in the middle is just some guy. It looks
I would have
like,
been so mad if it was the librarian chick, just again because that's canon breaking shit.
That's canon, yeah, it's canon that she survived.
And like they already later. Like teeter on the edge of that with like, yeah. She had like a whole comic thing with Darth.
She had a whole comic where she literally has a lightsaber gun.
The only Jedi I think worse than her, Ki-Adi Mundi.
She's not bad. She was a badass.
She just had an annoying scene in Attack of the Clones. Like that's the biggest problem.
Exactly.
I only know one thing that I am included in that because I just was like, what the hell? But then they made up for it in her comic book run. Honestly.
Well, as someone who doesn't know, as someone who's a true fan and only sticks to the one form of media,
only sticks to the originals and the prequels.
There actually is another
true fan. No comics, no sequels.
There actually is another comic book breaking thing in the episode, but it's not that big a deal, and I don't really care, but I will bring it up later.
I don't know, I feel like you care.
I care, but I mean, like, I at the end of the day, they changed the Kanan thing in Bad Batch, and I'm like, well, fuck. I guess this shit doesn't matter. Like, that's the problem.
They changed a couple things, like the chrysanthemum and all that stuff.
But okay,
they just completely disregarded the fucking comics. Man.
That one is like such an it's not really disregarded though. It's not really 100% with that one because like
I guess you're right, but like I agree. If they ever said something like "This is the first time we've ever met, mate," and then I'd be like, "No, it's fucking not." Like, bro, your Polynesian accent on point.
Oh, I go to the spa all the time, mate. That's more Australian, I guess. Sorry.
It's weird that there's mate in that scene.
He says, like it's so weird that Boba calls Chrysanthemum mate. I was so like, whoa.
Well, we back in fucking New Zealand here.
All right, now say mate.
Now for the weird part, Ahsoka shows up.
Weird, and I think she actually just arrived there like not too long ago.
Yeah, but really? I got the impression that she had been there.
He was like, I think she had been there. Like, will I see you again? I think she just kind of showed up. Was like, oh, cool, Grogu. Somebody did find him because she was probably like, I need to go check out this Jedi to make sure Grogu is safe. And then was like, oh shit.
I gotta say, people online are talking about this, and I'm getting super scared. People are saying that they noticed like sexual tension or like romantic tension between the two of them.
I said that, didn't I? I said that during the episode. I'm like,
I felt it too, but I hated it.
And when he was like, "Will I see you again?" And I get that, like, you can take that.
You shut your whole mouth.
Like when they're walking up like out of the bamboo forest to look at Grogu on the hill, like the way they were standing there, I'm like, they fucking.
Yeah, and like, even the fact that like,
what's wrong with you guys?
I said it as a joke. I don't think it's actually.
I don't think it's happening. I hope it's not. But there are definitely.
I said it as a joke just because I did feel a little bit like that, but I don't think it's happening.
She could be like a theoretical different Mara Jade in that capacity. I would think.
Also, isn't there like a huge age difference? Isn't she like 50?
Yes, but also she's that much. I think she's like 15 years 40? older. I'd say.
Yeah. No, not 15.
Yeah, Din Djarin's like 30 something. She's like 50.
By the time the Clone Wars ends.
So 20.
Yeah, so she's like 20 years older.
What I'd say is, if that's the case,
40, 45, yeah, around there.
Because if he makes Grogu not be a Jedi and not keep the chainmail, fuck him. Fuck Luke.
All right, we're getting ahead of ourselves there. That's at the very end of the episode.
Sorry, I'm angry.
But yeah, I just shit. What was there was another line that she said. She said that because Luke reminds her of his father, and I was like, if they are banging, that is not what you want your love interest to say to you.
Oh, you're talking about Luke and Ahsoka?
Who the fuck are you talking about?
I thought you were talking about Din and Ahsoka.
Oh no, sorry. No, I was talking about Luke and Ahsoka, like that they have some like people are suggesting they have some.
Oh, then no, absolutely not. I did not feel that.
People are cracks.
No, yeah. I could definitely see them trying to say that is that she is sort of like the new Mara
Jedi
Jade.
Somehow.
That she's like the new Mara Jade for him in that capacity.
I doubt it.
I don't know. Well, like
I hope not.
Yeah, it's like an almost 20-year difference in age too.
Yeah, but I gotta say on that front, I don't know if that matters to Star Wars people.
Yeah,
because, like,
I'd say
I guess you're right. Yeah, but still,
Leia and Han,
real
like,
weird, man.
He's like at least 10 years older than her.
I always bring it back to like if the youngest one was just born, how old would they be? And if it's weird, then it's gonna be weird.
It also might not be weird because aliens might have like a whole different thing.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know, but I
gotta be more open-minded.
I was for Boba and the woman Tusken, which I believe she is dead. So like, that ain't happening anymore. But they didn't show her, which is dumb. What the fuck? I don't want this love interest thing to happen because I just saw it online and I was like, ugh.
I think I don't know. Continue on.
But yeah, so it's pretty much just like she tells Din that she's an old friend of the family, which I like that line too. Like she had a bunch of little moments like that, but the way that she was talking,
Luke guys.
The way that she was talking down to him.
Oh, it was Luke and Ahsoka, because like Ahsoka comes up behind Luke, and just the way that she was standing, I was like, they fucking.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
But like she pretty much talks about like old Jedi shit in the same capacity, where they're talking about like attachment and like the fact that like if
Din, you don't believe that.
The second that if Din shows up and is like around, it'll be a problem for Baby Yoda, or sorry, Grogu. Like, and I'm like, man, like I was hoping that like Luke would be beyond this, but maybe that's what we're setting up with the next Jedi Order.
But isn't that like because didn't Ahsoka leave the Jedi?
Yeah, she's not a Jedi.
Yeah.
So like she should be like one example. Like she could be like, yo, your fucking dad was.
I thought
like,
Luke was trying to go for like a different Jedi Order.
Yeah.
Kind of deal, and the at the end when we get to that, that was very meh in my opinion. I was like, why would he make that?
I think that if like it makes some sense with how he built his order and how it fell. Still, like I'd like the idea that maybe he does try to teach it in the same way and just it fails because he tried to do it the same way. But if that's the case, then like they shouldn't make him so like. I don't know. Like that's kind of a problem too, because like he's supposed to be the character that does do it, that like achieves this balance.
I actually had a thought. I was like, what if he chooses the Mando, but Luke has to go deliver him back to Mando, and then Mando's like, yo, but wasn't there a Jedi that was also like Mandalorian and Jedi? Why can't he be both?
Yeah, right.
That might happen for sure. I actually like
he's Mandalorian, Jedi, and Yoda.
I can totally see that the ending of
ultimate being.
The ending of the next episode is probably going to be something like Luke showing up again with Baby Yoda and saving the day. But holy shit, if that happens, I might lose my mind, because that's literally how season 2 of Mando ended. So I'm like, okay.
So Luke goes and brings Baby Yoda to go see Mandalorian like fly off. I think that was subtle manipulation, being like, look, he doesn't care about you. He just left it without saying hi. You know?
Yeah, I didn't get, because like later on it was like, so the Mandalorian was here, and so like that was him just like observing someone leaving the planet. But Baby Yoda seemed to be aware. Yeah,
I think Baby Yoda felt it, and. So, him running through the bamboo forest with Baby Yoda on his back.
You're forgetting the cute little jumps he does. He's cute little puppy jumps.
Yeah, that's cute and all, but like when he does the front flip, like the iconic front flip, I straight up thought, like I imagined Baby Yoda just like catapulting out of the backpack into the ground when he did that shit.
And then that leads to them balancing on branches by the river, which is so cute, by the way. Like I gotta say, the Baby Yoda puppet is so good. It is probably my favorite puppet in Star Wars. I love to have that. Like that picture of George Lucas holding it. I want that actually like framed in my house, just because it's so like pure. He's the best around. Yeah, McBuy, you agree? It's impossible not to think this thing's cute. It's literally the selling point of the show, and they're so desperate to get him back into Mando season 3 that they're cannibalizing their own show.
we gotta talk about Baby Yoda. Grogu is the selling point of this episode now.
Like my god, you bet your ass there's gonna be mithril armor Baby Yoda coming up.
Yeah, where he gets stabbed by an ogre. My mithril armor. Oh, and then him fucking bouncing on the bamboo, and Luke lights up his lightsaber. I'm like, he had a bad dream. He's gonna kill him.
Dude, like. Okay, but also at the same time, I got the super implications that, like, when Baby Yoda was watching that, sure, he maybe was, like, in awe. It's hard for me to read this kid's expressions. But, like, I thought he was a little bit freaked out. Like, I thought it was triggering his PTSD. And, like, he's just whipping around this fucking lightsaber in front of him, and he's like, dude, I just remembered Order 66, and,
Yeah, it just goes into, like, a catatonic state.
Imagine he starts flying around like...
You just forced me to remember 3 of my masters dying. What the fuck, man?
They realize how successful Grogu is, and so they feel they need to throw him in where they can to make sure people engage with the other Star Wars series. That's actually how I feel, sort of. It feels like the way they're doing this is like, watch everything, bitch, because it all is going to come together.
I'm upset that Luke did not cut any bamboo with his lightsaber at all.
Maybe the bamboo's alive. I guess it is alive. It's all things like that are alive. But I mean, like, maybe it's actually alive.
While I was watching it, like I said the joke to Sam as well. It's like, oh, like he's doing all this shit. Like, oh, it's a weird flex, you know. Just in front of like the baby can't do it. He's like showing off in front.
It's like you flexing in front of a 6-month-old baby. Be like, yeah, you like these guns? Yeah. And it's like, bro, baby's not gonna remember this shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. By it's secretly sentient bamboo.
Maybe. And then Luke tries to murder Baby Yoda with a ball.
Just like shoots him in the foot like immediately. He's like, well, now I can't jump, asshole.
Yeah. Like I thought I was just gonna keep on shooting when he was on the ground. You gotta learn fast, go.
Eventually, he manages to through fear, by the way, like channel the Force and do the jumping abilities. So
yeah,
jumping across the river like a little cutie.
And then they have fucking a montage of him jumping across this river, and then crushing the orb. And I thought Luke was gonna be like, "No, bad," but he was like, "Good job."
Yeah, he was like, "Good." I was like, "What?" He crushed it. Like,
hey, he's beginning teacher. Luke doesn't know yet.
Yeah, Luke is so fucking. He's like, I don't understand this shit. Like,
I think Luke should incorporate more dark side stuff into his teaching.
Maybe that's what's the problem. Is like Ben Solo is gonna go down because he was like, "Hey, this Force choke thing is actually pretty handy. I used it on some Gamorreans a few years ago."
Yo, what?
Dude, imagine if fucking... Okay, it's total side tangent. Because they're doing this so much recently. Imagine if goddamn Mace Windu showed up in this episode.
Oh, I'd fucking be chapped.
Because everybody... Not everybody, of course, but like there's...
I'm so over Mace Windu, man.
There is a sub
Everyone wants him to come back. He's a dickhead.
There's a sub fan base in Star Wars that like loves Mace Windu, and I am not here for it. Like,
if he comes back, he would definitely be a villain, I bet. Like, come on.
That would actually be pretty cool. Like a fallen
that's what they
dark
want.
Side Mace Windu.
Yeah.
But that's what everybody wants. That's what all the Mace Windu fans want. They're like, yeah, he's half evil. He uses
really?
He's already a dick.
I've seen everyone that I've seen just wants him to be killed by Vader in like a thing where he's like kind of trying to also fight for the rebellion again. Would he even be alive, McBuy? He would not be. Here's what happened to Mace Windu. He got thrown out of a fucking window right where some clone troopers were that got Order 66, and they blasted his ass.
But what if he didn't?
I hate that.
What if he landed on a car and flew to safety on that car, and then he escaped the planet and is still alive but has lingering injuries
so every
from
Jedi
flight?
AJ, I would enter the Star Wars universe and kill him myself.
You're gonna kill Samuel L. Jackson? Good luck.
I would literally, guys, if that ever happened, I would say to Samuel L. Jackson, I'd be like, "Love you as a dude. Your fucking character in Star Wars sucks ass, and I wish you stayed dead." Like, I would have to say it, because it would be, like, so apparent. I can't believe people want him back that badly.
Baby Yoda taking a little nap on a rock. Gonna take a nap right here. I take a nap right here. Die.
Just evil fish of that planet comes up and eats him.
Like an alligator. Into the water. No, Grogu!
So that was pretty much...
Hold on. Missed opportunity. Luke should have said, "You remind me of this person named Yoda. I guess you're like a baby Yoda."
Dude.
That would have been so good.
He should have said that. Now that you
that
say
would have been way too on the nose.
But it would have been so good. If they did that, they would have had balls.
They showed up in Mando. We said the exact same thing.
Yeah, that is true.
So we get Boba Fett's one scene in this episode.
What if Luke was just like the embodiment of all the fans being like, "Are you like the son of Yoda or something?" Just goes on a tangent about the shit. Did Yoda and Yaddle have a kid, and are you that kid, Grogu?
Please, I actually do want them to say that.
Yeah.
But Mando finally arrives on Tatooine like he should have done.
Yeah.
They really could have condensed the episode down in a certain way that I think would have made sense. They could
condense it down to literally 20 minutes long.
I mean, dude, it could have been a couple scenes with how many scenes he's featured in that make sense with the narrative arc. But man, so he arrives and joins the briefing with Boba Fett, who doesn't say a damn word. Again, I gotta say it.
We checked. We scrubbed the footage.
Yeah, he doesn't say it. He just gives looks And he doesn't even give convincing looks. He looks like he's just there. And
he's just happy to be there, okay?
Oh, I'm just happy to be part of this, guys. I'm just happy to be part of the show. It's your show. Yeah, but you know.
I'm happy to be here. I'm Tim Morrison. I'm just happy to be in Star Wars. And I appreciate it. But fuck. So even the fact that, like, Mando is the one to be like, hey, I have an idea of who we can get for soldiers. And I'm like, okay, but, like, that would have been a great narrative time because they were like, we need soldiers. That would have been a good time to be like, okay, Boba Fett in that 5 years made other Tusken friends.
Yeah.
And that
I know some Tuskens. I thought
I feel like that's gonna happen.
Fucking Jawas with the Karad Dragon head skull.
Yeah, what the fuck? I thought the Krayt Dragon head Jawas were gonna be a way bigger thing.
Yeah, but no, they were just like, hey, what's up?
I think I still think that the Tusken Raid thing's gonna happen. I think they're like, shit, we're gonna need foot soldiers, so he'll go around talking to every Tusken tribe, be like, fight for the planet. It is yours.
Connor, I have to tell you something though.
Yeah.
There's one episode left of this show. Is that gonna happen?
Maybe not.
Like
I best see 2 Boba Fett episodes in Mandalorian. I'm just fucking saying.
Yeah, really.
That gotta make up for this shit, man.
Fair trade-off. Come back here for a couple episodes, asshole.
Then we get Mandalorian in on the best scene in the episode, like over the best sequence in the episode.
Yes.
Mos Pelgos with the asshole deputy,
which has now been renamed to Freetown. Which, by the way, I don't know what this means for like the story, but in the Aftermath in the Aftermath novel where Cobb Vanth was introduced, I think that's a thing that happens in the story. So that makes me wonder if that chapter takes place after that episode of The Mandalorian, if you know what I mean.
Maybe.
So there could be narrative things that like are like, because there is theoretically a little tiny hutlet in Freetown.
Somewhere.
In a school, allegedly, in that little town.
Huh.
But yeah, they have kind of like an adversarial attitude. Like, sure, it's like still friendly, but like, I was figuring Cobb would be way more like, oh yeah, like, I'll help you out. But he was very like, yeah, we don't really have any business, so we don't like need to help each other.
Yeah, I understand why he would do that though. Like, he's not a pushover. He's not just gonna be like, yeah, I'll give you a fucking army because you asked for it. He's gonna be like, bro, you helped me once.
Why wouldn't you help me? He helped you guys out.
And
now they're even.
If he doesn't help, like, it's like he said, it's gonna be problematic.
I'm just saying I understand why he would. It's in Cobb Vanth's character not to be like, we're even. We don't have any like, we don't need to help each other.
I mean, sure. I just wish that everyone was more friendly with each other. I like the relationships like with Boba and
I actually don't like that where like just because they helped a character at one point automatically means that this character is gonna always forever be best friends with this guy. It's like, no, like you helped him once.
But there's life debts in Star Wars.
Yeah, but that's a different thing. But like, I'm talking about like others, like storytelling in general, where like a character does something for another character, and suddenly that one character is in a life debt and will defend this other character till his death. But it's like in real life, like you don't do that shit unless it's like a big thing that they do.
I know,
unless it's an actual life like saving thing.
Yeah, but I think that's a little like
they helped each other. Now they're like, we're even. We don't gotta help each other.
I know.
Yeah, but I feel like it was kind of like it was like a known,
it's fresh.
A known like trade-off in that sense where it was like I just felt like when they left each other at the ending of season 2 of Mandalorian that they were like tight.
I mean, they have an understanding for each other, obviously, and obviously in this episode he does end up probably siding with him. He's like, get everyone together. We gotta have a meeting.
Hey, Sparkles the Bye Husky. Welcome to our discussion of The Mandalorian Chapter 17 or 16.5.
By number 2.
And I agree, like, because at the end he pretty much was like, yeah, I'll try to get people to help, but like it probably won't happen. But actually, I definitely think it will happen now after what happens.
Yeah.
Next.
Well, yeah, because the Bucks are like, don't say it the way. It's like, bro, you shot our sheriff. Now we're fucking pissed.
Yeah. And yeah, see, now it became personal. Now that happened, like, there's a reason he needs to fight now. Yeah. He needed a reason before. Like, he was like, I'm considering it. We need to have a meeting to get all the voices in. But now, like, he was shot. He's like, okay, now we gotta do this. You know?
Like, are you gonna trust Cad Bane as sexy as he is, or are you gonna trust Mando, who's like, yo, I believe in Fett,
who is literally sexy with his helmet off?
I liked. Okay, now that we're getting to it, the Cad Bane's intro was so fucking good, and
it was so good,
so insane when that silhouette showed up,
dude. Oh. I was like, no fucking way.
I'll let you know, I was screaming.
I literally texted Connor, like, mid-episode when this was happening.
You actually texted me about 30 seconds before it happened.
Oh, did I? I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay, because I knew it was happening, because as soon as it saw the silhouette, I was like, no way.
No way. Just the music, like, the subtle, like, little hints of the jingles and, like, the... Whatever you call that effect when it's, like, really hot out, and,
like the
mirage,
heat mirage,
mirage kind of shit. Like everything about it was so like, and that's one of those things. Like Cad Bane is a character that literally exists only in Clone Wars. I guess now Bad Batch and shit like that. But if you don't watch that, you don't know who this is. But it's so pointed for us, and I love that.
Like, it's also like, even if you don't know, like, I know for a fact my dad's watching this, and he's definitely not seen Clone Wars, so he's gonna be like, who the fuck? But you can even as like an outsider,
even
like,
the way the scene happened,
that's like a very intimidating, like, what the fuck? Who's this guy? He seems like a fucking crazy villain.
And they have, like, I want more Western style Star Wars like this, because like he goes out and they have a classic standoff.
Also, that was Cad Bane's whole design. When they were designing him back in Clone Wars, he was literally meant to be the stereotypical Western Star Wars character.
Oh,
he
dude,
was literally designed.
This whole standoff is so beautiful, man.
The shot was perfect.
Also, can we talk about the deputy, by the way? What a dick! I'm so glad.
I hate the deputy. I'm glad he died. But like their standoff and Cobb Vanth looking at his deputy after being like, "Hey, he's not for sale."
I liked how it was like the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah, they perfectly nailed that. I loved also
that he's based off Clint Eastwood. So.
I loved that he mentioned that Fett is like a cold-blooded killer who worked for the Empire. Like, and I was like, okay, that's an interesting take, but let's also look at you. You are probably just as bad, and if you've been around in that time frame, you probably also worked for the Empire, is what I'm gathering.
Well, you also got to think he lost to Boba Fett, so of course he's going to say whatever thing mean to him. But he's also
and that's the problem there, Connor, is like seeing him here, and I love it. I'm so excited. I love him, but like I'm like, okay, did that duel even really happen? Like, are they going to mention that, or like?
I think that's what they're going to show next episode.
I hope so. I think they're going to do a
flashback of it.
I think so. I do agree with that.
See, now if that's the case, I don't think I would want a flashback. I would want that corporate synergy to be so good that Bad Batch Season 2 has that or something.
So they didn't really show Cobb Vanth like surviving, but I'm pretty sure he's still alive. Because
I think he's alive. Yeah,
Cad Bane, he's alive. I was watching with subtitles, and they're like, get some stim packs. He's breathing and stuff. So
yeah, Cad Bane, like if he wants to kill you, like you obviously saw, he shot Cobb in the shoulder purposefully, and shot the deputy 3 times as a warning.
Four
times as a warning.
I fucking counted the last time I watched.
I guarantee he purposely left Cobb alive just to be like, hey, this is what's gonna fucking happen.
And then he messed up that fucking deputy to be like, look at how much I can mess this person up.
Because like if he wanted to, he could have kept on firing on Cobb and nothing. I'm just like Cad would have killed him if he intended to actually do so.
The only thing that I could say that would have made his design a little bit better, actually, okay, McBuy said it, is that the hat would
wider
be
brim.
Hat would be a little bit wider. I agree with that one, but also side tangent. If he had squintier eyes like he does, kind of, I would have been also cool with that. But that's total nitpicking. He's perfect already.
Like he looks really fucking good.
He looks really scary too. Like he literally looks like a horror movie character.
Well, I like how he hasn't aged a bit. It's been like 20 years since we've seen him. He's like, good.
He has like wrinkles around his eyes.
Especially because like he's old. You know? Dude, he was around before. Like he was like bounty hunter before Phantom Menace even started. So like
he blocks out the sun, so like no rays on him. His hat is wide enough to like constantly protect his skin.
Yeah, I think that that they say he's 50 when he shows up in Clone Wars.
Because he helps in one of the comics. He's helping Darth Maul before Phantom Menace even starts.
who knows how
That's right.
long his race lives for?
That's the thing too, and I like new Star Wars for that, where they're doing that.
Allegedly, they live 70 years, but I think going forward, they're kind of breaking that rule.
They're breaking all those rules because Weequay can now live for a long time too, because fucking Hondo has been around for every literal franchise, and he's old already in the beginning.
Yeah, I think they might be like, oh, they could be like 150 years old and still be healthy.
Which I'm fine with. Like, I like that idea.
Whatever, yeah. It's still a realistic number. Unlike fucking Yoda being like, oh, I could live to be 1,000 if I want to be.
Yeah, and I was like, maybe extending that through like the Force is also a thing. Like, there's certain Jedi that are older because of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just like a take that I always thought of, but like now that like they're doing all these age things, I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. Just thought Jedi were old.
And then we go to the bombing scene at the bar.
Right!
Connor, Sam and I scrubbed through the footage after the explosion.
Yeah.
We were like, is Max dead? We're like, fuck. Max, he's like, he died in that. Sam was, the sadness in Sam's voice was like, Max died.
I literally paused the episode and had to be like, Max died. But
it's just like,
but they were like, no. Because like, as soon as they left, I was like, eventually
died.
And then we went back, we scrubbed the footage, and we concluded that it's not his style of music, and we can't see him at all in there. That he is not there. He did not play tonight.
Dude, it wasn't his style of music, and I was crazy that, like...
It's the funniest thing that I've heard.
I think that's a crazy detail that they actually put in there, that they were like, it's going to be notably different music than he's ever been playing in this bar. So they know.
Because Max Rebo can't fucking die, man. I like how we are much more concerned about Max Rebo surviving than the actual bar blowing up.
Booty Meister Games says, hate to say it, but Cad Bane would wipe the floor with Fett. I think now, yeah, probably. But back in old canon, man, like this, I miss it.
It's hard to say, but yeah, Cad Bane's pretty fucking badass.
He's pretty badass, but man, like, that's the big problem too, is with Cad Bane being the Western character, he was also supposed to symbolize the Western character in their death. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that he was going to end, or his life would end to move into the Empire era with Boba as, like, the new person. So now that he hasn't died when he was, like, allegedly supposed to die, it kind of shifts that whole kind of Red Dead Redemption narrative in that way.
Yeah.
But it's fine. Like, I like these characters a lot, but I almost want to say that I would have preferred him to be dead in Bad Batch, but I don't care. I seen the shape and I was literally like, that looks like Cad Bane. No, they won't bring Cad Bane in here. 1 minute later, holy fucking shit, it's Cad Bane!
Sam and I saw the shape and we were like, no fucking way.
Literally, like, yeah, that silhouette, we were like, that's fucking Cad Bane.
I was like in a very relaxed, crouched, like laid back position in my chair. I literally shot up. I was like, oh my god.
Cad Bane went toe-to-toe with many Jedi in his time. First time Fett went up against Luke after trading, he was out in minutes. Gotta say, that is almost unfair due to the fact that George Lucas is just terrible in the fact he didn't think that anyone would like Boba Fett as much as he did. So he was like, fuck it. He gets off and his
backpack gets hit.
Yeah, like, and it's like, that's unfortunate because that's a really cool character.
But he survived.
He came out of the Sarlacc pit in old canon and new canon, so we love him that much. But I would like to think that Boba could fucking go toe-to-toe with some people. I mean, like...
I think he would be able to, you know...
Like, new Boba Fett is cool and all.
Well, I guess Boba Fett hasn't really had a chance to fight a Jedi, while Cad Bane is much older and has had many opportunities to do so.
That's true.
In a world where, like, Jedis were everywhere.
Yeah, in a world where Jedis were everywhere, Cad Bane could beat them because he learned how to. He was trained and taught how to.
But Cad Bane would lose to Vader. Like, that's just...
yeah.
And like Boba Fett, even in old canon, whenever Boba Fett and Vader had like throwdowns and Boba came out alive, I'd always be like, all right, that's a little wonky, but okay, whatever. So I don't know. I literally
you thought it was gonna be a tease and it was actually gonna be Cad Bane. If they did that, I would have cried.
I would have cried too. It's just some other random like.
It's just some other dude in a very Cad Bane-esque like. If they messed him up and somehow he didn't look like Cad Bane at all, I'd been like, man, what the fuck?
With sorry, who voices him again?
Corey Burton.
Corey Burton, yeah. It's one of those things where if they didn't get Corey Burton, for example, like it would have been
his voice is so unique, man. Like
it would have been a Darth Vader video game moment for sure, where you're like every time you watch a movie with Vader, you're like, oh hell yeah, and then you play a video game, you're like, what is this? Like I was actually so happy in Rebels that it was James Earl Jones, because can you imagine how like some of those lines in that show are so good, but they would have been absolutely butchered by someone else.
Yeah.
Ahsoka and him versus Ahsoka. That whole fucking scene is.
And then,
like I've not watched I've not watched Rebels or anything. But like I've gone back to like see like clips of Vader in Rebels.
I remember really the first time I watched that clip when that clip came out. That episode came out. I watched that clip one night. I cried. Like I literally was in tears in my bed. I was living with Anne.
Like Rebels starts like on the surface, Rebels is like, oh, it's a kids show. Same with like Clone Wars. It's like it's a kids show, yeah. But
there's a lot more.
It's a lot of not kid friendly stuff, you know. Like,
yeah, as the seasons go on, it gets less and less like towards that.
Like they realize that their target audience is actually like more teen, young adult type people.
Yeah, they realize that Star Wars fans are just probably gonna watch these things. Like that's the big problem with with Resistance, is that it didn't feel like that audience was getting kind of what they needed. It was more aimed at kids throughout the whole thing. But saying that, I'd still watch that show on this show. So,
back to the Boba Fett, we get the final scene of the dumbest scene of Luke forcing Baby Yoda to make a choice between the gift that was given from Din Djarin, the little chain shirt of Beskar, the cutest little thing, piece of armor you've ever seen, or Yoda's lightsaber, which I don't know how he got that, but whatever.
That's where I come in, motherfucker. Because yeah, that's the thing right there, where like the comic book, in one of the Darth Vader comic books from a while ago, it showed that like Palpatine collected all of the Jedi's lightsabers and like smelted them down and just destroyed all of them. And Yoda's was like amongst that. So I know that like that's a tiny little thing, and maybe Yoda had like an extra lightsaber in his fucking pocket or some shit. But like it's things like that, and like again, maybe he on Dagobah had like a experience that allowed him to craft a new lightsaber. Why he would need that? Because like his vibe, Obi-Wan and Yoda's vibe in the whole like original trilogy is like, we don't give a fuck and we're just done and we can't do anything because we have no power, but we're gonna trust this one kid to do it. But yeah, you get what I mean. But yeah, so that was a subtle little thing, but again, I don't really care. I didn't like it because
like I said earlier, like I thought Luke wanted this to be a new Jedi Order, like forego all those stupid like attachments bullshit. Like, bro, let him have the armor and the lightsaber, man.
I think that's also just an exclusively like old Legends canon mentality for us, though, because like at the same time, I think it is an interesting narrative idea to be like, maybe he just tried to teach them the same way that they were taught because he thought that's what was the way to go. And then we get his line where he's like, at the height of their power, they let Palpatine rise and da-da-da-da-da. So I think that's some quote-unquote damage control for the sequel trilogy in a way.
And he's not going to let Palpatine rise by killing his own nephew who had a bad dream. Instead of, put him in therapy or some shit. Do they not have therapy in this world? Do they not have therapy in Star Wars?
They've already decanonized a ton of that stuff. Not super surprising that they did that with that too. Depending on what you're talking about, because there's only been like a couple moments of the comic books from the new Disney canon. I get that they decanonized Legends comic books, but the new Disney stuff, at least when they launched, there was this huge incentive that they were like, all this is going to matter, all of this is going to be taken into account, and for a while,
it still is for the most part, but they are excluding minor details.
Yeah, and I mean, like, we can. I mean, Bad Batch with Kanan was kind of a pretty drastic change, but still.
That picture you sent, Connor.
A+.
Oh God, what was the picture?
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. Because I mean, it was almost 100% correct. Like, I mean, the only thing that was off was Bosch or Bosk. Don't know how to pronounce the name.
Bosk.
Which one? Yeah.
Wait, where'd you send this picture?
In general chat.
Exactly, fucking by Husky. Sorry, I was going to be by McSick.
Therapy don't exist.
No. Luke Skywalker, more like Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, dude.
Sorry.
Fucking dick move he made. Like,
I can't wait till Grogu betrays him and kills him.
Like, that's my biggest gripe with like a lot of shows. Like, I've been watching Titans, and literally, like, a lot of the issues, most of these seasons' issues would be solved if they just went, like, sat down and had, like, therapy sessions together.
Yeah, everyone, let's just talk it out.
Like, that's the same with here. Like, Luke, you're killing your nephew because I had a bad dream. Talk to the motherfucker.
Yeah, like, maybe
don't kill
say
him.
something to him. I want to see the Bad Batch in live action too. I think that there are avenues that would happen. Like getting Tamara Morrison to play a clone in general is going to happen sooner.
If they have if they bring the Bad Action in live action, they might. What if they do that in Mandalorian season 3?
Please stop.
But if they do that, I want to see Echo.
For example,
action.
I think like in the Ahsoka show, I think we're gonna see Rex. I think
it's just Tamara Morrison 5 times.
Yeah. Why do they keep having the same one guy in Star Wars? Buddy,
where were you?
Do you not understand?
Buddy,
why is Boba
George
Fett?
Lucas had the biggest brain moment when he realized he could just hire one actor to do it all.
yeah.
Tiny little thing. This does relate more to the Book of Boba Fett than this episode did. So, there's this cool moment in the War of the Bounty Hunters comics with Dr. Aphra, where Boba is out of armor and in like kind of like the Tusken robes that he's wearing in this show, and he's walking around like a convention sort of thing, and she hears him talking, and literally in like a second is able to be like, "Oh, you don't think I know that you're a clone? I've watched like a bunch of Republic holotapes. Like I can hear that you're a clone." I love that kind of shit.
Yeah. But like with that too, shit, what was I gonna say?
Sorry.
Oh yeah, like with like the like George Lucas's big brain moment. Imagine being Tamara Morrison.
Oh my god,
and George Lucas comes up to you. He's like, so essentially, you're gonna be playing this guy whose genes are so genetically perfect and superior that they make a whole army out of him. Imagine being Tamara Morrison hearing that.
Money
wow,
in his head.
Yeah. Thinking that George Lucas thinks that you are so perfect for this role because you are a perfect human.
But there's also like in my head just the image of like Morrison just like looking back like, dang, I got it made. Like, just
dang,
probably like saying, yes,
I am sexy. I need to go to a Polynesian spa.
Oh my god.
Hey, McBi, have you ever been to a Polynesian spa? I mean, I don't imagine you would.
Of course she has.
She's Australian. She's not New Zealand.
They're all over that place, man.
That's Polynesia, isn't it?
That's a good question, Sparkles. That's what we've been talking about off camera a lot. Does this feel like there's going to be a season 2 of the Book of Boba Fett? Now
Depends
I have
on the
to
next
say,
episode.
I
think
have got
so, yes.
to say yes. Honestly,
I think so
because like I can't see them wrapping up with this whole thing in the next episode. And I think that they're even going to be like, I don't know if maybe this was the reveal of the bounty hunter, but I think there might be more. I think Bosk might show up. I think
yeah. Well, yeah, I was thinking about it because like Boba has Chrysanthemum and Mando with him and Fennec. That's 3. Like he's already got a good team of 3 to back him up. So I think Cad Bane needs to like
bring in Bosk,
have the same amount.
Bring in Dengar.
And Bosk makes a lot of sense with opposing Chrysanthemum in that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think Bosk will show up next time. Also because we already have Trandoshans in the show.
Yeah, they have really good-looking Trandoshans now. So
yeah, and like I bet he's like looking at Chrysanthemum. He's like, I need a heavy hitter. I need someone big and strong too.
The question is, does Mando season 3 come first or Book of Boba Fett season 2? I would say Mando season 3 is going to come first.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it might come either maybe end of this year.
Oh yeah. I think I mean, do they have a?
I've heard nods that it's going to be May the 4th.
No way.
This year?
I heard that for Bad Batch again. Is what I heard.
Bro, there's so much Star Wars stuff going on. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, at one point we're gonna be doing this show and then a Marvel show and then everything's gonna become.
And we're every single day we're gonna have a stream just for you guys, so we could get 100 million subscribers and we could be top of the charts, baby.
I just think also this. Like because like if they're wanting to get folks hyped for Mandalorian season 3. Are they not already hyped? Like I don't think you need to put 2 episodes of that show in this show to do that.
I'm already very much hyped for that without Mandalorian being in the Book of Boba Fett.
Sparkles and Booty, like I don't know if you were here for our ranting part of this thing, but yeah, like I mean I personally like I like the episode a lot as like a Star Wars content episode, but as a Book of Boba Fett episode, I did not really like that much. There was like the later half that I was like, hell yeah, but I was like, why are we here?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Are we here to suffer?
Are we? What is existence if not? Fuck. What was that quote?
I don't know. I quoted the end part of it.
Are we made to suffer?
Like, cause yeah, like it's really good Star Wars stuff, but come on, let's get some Boba in here. Like, why is Din developing?
Yeah, exactly, Booty Maestro.
Because he's the new face of Star Wars now, guys.
That's what people say a lot too.
Really,
literally, honestly, they say that like before Boba had like the new thing, Mando was kind of the new Boba. He took the place, and now Boba has nothing to do.
He's sort of becoming like I agree with you, Connor. He is sort of becoming like the face of Star Wars nowadays.
Absolutely.
Like it was, for years it's been Darth Vader, and now it's moved on to Mando.
Yeah, we need a new generation, a new face to look at.
I wouldn't even say it's that. I think it's a twosome right now with Mando and Baby Yoda together. Like I think that duo is like a powerhouse for them. And I don't shit on it. I think it's awesome. Like I love Mando. Like I think Mando might be my favorite Star Wars, seconded to like Empire Strikes Back. Like
yeah, I think Din Djarin as a character is like my favorite character, honestly.
He's super compelling, super interesting, and he's the way they set the show up is just really good too, in my opinion. Like it's just the mysteries, the way that characters know things. I like that this is just properly.
They sort of pull a like One Piece thing where like not a lot happens during the episode, but the very end of it, there is a big thing where like what's gonna happen next episode, like.
Well, and that's and it even more so, like with One Piece, certain episodes later on feel better.
Yeah, like
it comes together.
Yeah, and then it all.
That's what I'm saying about
at the end. It all comes together. In the season finale, like all the other episodes now make sense.
Great, but I think they'll be even more interesting come the next episode, or even farther down the line.
I think for sure, like when Mando season 3 comes out, I'll be like, yeah, these episodes are great because I have to watch them now. In my watch of. Like, in my theoretical Mandalorian, like, rewatch, I would have to go into Book of Boba Fett for a couple episodes.
Yeah. Yeah, really, though. Well, now we gotta watch Book of Boba Fett Season 1, and then we'll go back to Mandalorian Season 3. Like, it's like the whole, like, Star Wars, like, watching in chronological order deal.
Before Mando Season 3 comes out, Tess and I are gonna rewatch Mandalorian Season 1 and 2.
We gotta watch Episode 1, Episode 2, and then we gotta watch the Clone Wars, and then we got...
I can't believe this. You're not gonna stop me from watching anything.
And then during Episode 3, we have to cut right before Mace Windu dies, and then we'll go back to Season 7 or 8. It was Season 7 of Clone Wars.
I think, honestly, like what we were saying that earlier with the what's coming first. I of those two, though, I think Mando Season 3 is coming next, but I think Bad Batch Season 2 is coming before any of them, honestly, so.
Yeah. Anyway, with that,
we will be back.
I think we can wrap it up.
Yeah, I mean, any thoughts on how this season is going to end from the comments, or from the from chat?
It's going to end it's going to end as soon as Mandalorian starts.
I think it's gonna end with a fight between Cad Bane and Boba Fett. They're gonna have a flashback to their first fight, and then I think Cad Bane might even like remove his hat and show the metal piece on his head.
Do you remember when I said like how like it's gonna end with like the book closing?
Off topic, but thoughts on Cal Kestis in live action?
Oh my god!
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I think it'll happen at one point, but I don't think it'll happen in this show.
Do you think Boba Fett is gonna meet his end at Cad Bane, or Cad Bane gonna die?
Hello?
I think at one point Cad Bane has to die from Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Or Gingerine.
Hello?
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 We hear you.
Have you been able to hear me this entire time?
Yes?
Okay.
Okay.
Even
Anyway.
But yeah, they both pull their guns at the same time, shoot each other at the exact same time, they both die. But then it turns out Mandalorian has his Beskar armor, ricochets off, flies off a wall and back into Cad Bane.
I actually do think that they have to... They have to do what you guys are saying completely with the flashback, because they have to acknowledge the dent in his helmet.
Yeah.
So, like, that's gonna happen, and then I'm wondering... Because, yeah, like, I don't know if Cad Bane will be, like, a Season 2 thing, but, like, if they did interact, I think that one of them would... Or I think Bane might die.
I think Cad Bane might die.
I think he'll die, but I also think that, like, there'll be a Season 2 where they have to go hunt the Pikes on their other worlds.
I think it's gonna open up. I think if anything, like Book of Boba Fett would just be like Tatooine centric, where it's like, this is my land, I want to exist here now.
He needs to go back and own Camino.
I don't think anyone gives a shit about Camino anymore.
Because fuck. Yeah. After Bad Batch, it's kind of like, well, never mind.
Yeah, it's gone.
Let me see. Cad Bane's gonna
Mando
lose,
and Boba fight Bo-Katan? I think Mando's gonna slowly side with Bo-Katan, if anything.
I don't know. I don't think that. I think that they will be.
Or I think he's gonna become the new Mandalore.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's gonna be like, "Hey, take off your fucking helmets, you idiots."
Cad Bane's gonna lose, but he shouldn't. To be fair, I mean, like, I don't. Again, like, and I think that maybe that's the thing. It's like if I think Boba might lose, but then that's gonna be kind of weird because he already lost so long ago, and then they do that TV show thing where he'd come back next season and win. But I think that'd feel kind of weird if that is how he got his dent in his helmet, or they could retcon that and say that's not Cad Bane. Who knows?
I think they should make it that, and then like Cad Bane would remove his hat, see the metal piece, and was like, we both dented each other or something like that.
Yeah, we both damaged each other that day. Oh man, I just don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go. I'm interested. Because, like, the level of how they handle that is going to really determine how, like, how much they care about the smaller scope shit.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Unless you guys have anything else you want to say, I think we can kind of wrap it up there.
We should put our faith into Dave Filoni.
Yeah, and Dave Filoni I trust, but at the same time, Dave seems to not give a shit about the comics, bro.
Yeah,
Dave needs me on his shoulder to be like, actually in the comics that...
Yeah. I think he just needs any Star Wars fan. Like, he himself is a Star Wars fan, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, admittedly, like, I don't know everything about Star Wars, so yeah, like, it would just be... Well, they do have that in theory. They had the Star Wars story group, but I think they disbanded that before Rise of Skywalker came out, and look at what the fuck happened there.
Like, what happened with that?
Yeah, like, that movie went to shit real quick.
It ends in Cad fake death. Maybe?
It ends in an after-credit scene, hyping up Obi-Wan.
No, it ends in an after-credit scene hyping up Cad Bane's solo story, his own show, just like they did with Peacemaker, where he's in the hospital and like, hey, we need you for a job, and then cuts.
I don't know. I wonder what the fucking Obi-Wan show is going to be like now. Like that's
or even off-screen death. Oh, if they do an off-screen death, I don't know if I like that.
Like, Obi-Wan is going to be a 6-episode show that allegedly he's going to be going off-planet and, like, doing a bunch of shit, and I'm just like, that's so jarring that these shows have been the reverse.
Yeah, what if Darth Vader came and killed Luke while he was off-planet, you fucking idiots? I'm just kidding.
Like, goddamn. I'm genuinely interested to see how the show ends, or the season ends, I should say.
Yeah, I'm excited for next week.
It's going to be crazy. We're going to be back here next week talking about it, and...
The final chapter.
Giving you guys I might be yelling a lot, depending, but I think it'll be fine. I think Boba will be the center stage again.
Or maybe it might be the rage is so palpable we just don't get angry at all.
The rage is so palpatineable. You guys remember the Palpapill?
I do not.
So in season 2 of the
started on the fucking Palpapill.
In season 2 of the Mandalorian, when they're on the Imperial ship, one guy like pops a pill that like electrocutes his face, and I called it a Palpapill back in the day. Like it's like they literally were like, Palpatine electrocutes you, man. Like make a chip of that. Oh god, and that's how we're gonna end that one. Like the Palpapill, everybody in stores now.
Stores now. All right.
Cad Bane is the Five Nights at Freddy's purple guy, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know who that guy is, but okay.
He just kills children and stuffs them in machines.
All right. Is anybody streaming right now?
We got Syzygy Gaming, Earthwalker, Hans Loves D&D.
What's it called? There's Ink and Liar, Dragons in the Dining Room.
You guys
Squadron.
You guys hit me. Hit me with whatever channel we should raid.
Damn, you're too far away for me to hit you.
Suddenly an arm just comes into my room. Gum gum?
Yeah, let me...
Palpapill. Do you like that? Apparently that like pops on the...
Palpapill. It's a little poppy. Pop-pop-pill.
But yeah, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it. And if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, we
appreciate
love you even more. We just got 50 subscribers on there actually, so
on YouTube?
Yeah.
What? We're still getting subscribers on that shit?
Well, yeah, I mean we're posting on there now, so
oh my god, we're getting more people. I didn't even notice. I thought we were still like 46.
We actually have pretty decent views on some videos, like not crazy decent, but like we had 28 views on the first Book of Boba Fett.
Man, we are getting our way. We're working our way up, man. We're gonna fight our way to the top.
We're doing it, man.
Tell all your friends.
If you want to, tell all your friends to follow McClunky Squadron and check us out, especially if
you like Star Wars. If you like gaming, we're gonna do more gaming stuff. If you like everything to do with nerd culture and everything.
If you like Dungeons and Dragons, we stream a campaign every Friday. The Terrifying Territories of Roro.
McClunky Squadron is a all-encompassing nerd culture channel.
We're gonna raid Ink and Liar right now, so we'll give them some love. If you guys all want to copy the raid message that Kaz has put in. Oh crap!
McClunky, what's happened?
I have to log into the Twitch. Why do I have to log into the Twitch through this?
If you're on OBS, you can type that in OBS in chat.
Oh, fair enough.
You ding dong.
No. I'm typing it in the OBS chat and it's making me log in, is what I'm saying.
Oh, weird.
Huh.
McClunky.
Interesting.
Yeah, God damn it, I gotta go to the code. 1 second, everybody.
The next stream, by the way, and we'll have some new emotes and all the things.
Next stream, hopefully by Friday, we'll have our subscribe button,
new
emotes. We'll have everything sorted out. Brayden and McBuy, you could be the first ones to subscribe like you want to be.
I hate this because I wanted to be also in that first list, but like no.
Well, you could be the first, second, or third. It's just whoever gets here first.
Subscribe for what?
Oh, don't you worry. I'm gonna be here first. As soon as I'll know when we hit affiliates. I'll be first.
That's just rude. Brayden wanted to be first.
Well, Brayden, get past it,
bruh.
We are in the raid now, guys, so thank you for watching, and we will see you on Friday, or if not, if you're here for the Book of Boba Fett stuff only, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
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 Bye.